I'm DJ Prodigy, the Taskmaster, and I am with.
Seen it also. Vanilla Sky on Twitch.
Yes, yes,
Welcome.
we are here today, and our other fellow what's the word? Capragbre?
Kuwait. Kuwait. Wait, what'd you say?
Our other fellow co-host. I was trying to say another word though, but I wasn't getting it
Okay.
out. Movie pop up should be here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
She's running late, so we're going to deduct some money from her fee from her pay this week.
Definitely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always on time and never late.
Yes, you are. Seen it. Mm-hmm. I synced it. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got one too. Hold up.
Let's
No,
see.
I got a cup, but it says music therapy. I do have a Prodigy coffee cup, but it's
Okay.
upstairs right
Music
now.
therapy. I'm always about
Yeah.
that. So very
So,
good.
today we're going to talk about the Purge,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the Purge. It's the Purge Forever or something.
It's the Purge Forever. So
Purge
you
Forever.
You have the original Purge, which was 2013 with Ethan Hawke, the first Purge, Purge Anarchy, Purge Election Year, and now we have the Forever Purge.
The Forever Purge.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to talk about the Hitman's Wife. We're going to wait for movie pop up
Mm-hmm.
for that, and we'll go through the weekly movies for this week and talk about some of those that came out,
Mm-hmm.
ones that we haven't seen yet, but just seeing how they did in the movie theaters and whatever else we want to talk about. And if you guys have anything in the chat as well, we'll talk about that as
Mm-hmm.
well. Um, Side note, real quick, I'm still on a Loki high.
Mm-hmm.
So much new stuff coming out as far as they have a whole um, Loki Assemble, which is like a behind the scenes of it, special on Disney Plus.
Oh, I
I
have
haven't
not
watched
seen
it yet.
that.
I
Okay.
haven't watched it, but I watched a review on another Easter egg thing on Loki, and they was talking about
Mm-hmm.
some things they got from that show that
Okay.
was some Easter eggs, um, and now I understand the guy Kang the Conqueror a lot more too, and he might
Mm-hmm.
be in almost every movie coming up. He could be in the Eternals too.
When you say every movie, do you mean different versions of him?
Different versions, yes, because there's a lot
Whoa.
of it's the comic version, which I didn't know when they did it as a whole. Um, I'll post this on our Instagram page, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole video of just of a guy just describing all the different kings in the comics
Okay.
and how he's been in different time zones. So he's
Okay.
been with the Egyptians. And they were saying the one that was with the Egyptians
Mm-hmm.
is probably going to be the one that's in the Eternals because that's when they first started. Came to
Okay.
Earth was around that time, so he might be a
Whoa.
baddie in that.
That's neat.
So he could be a bad guy in a lot of different movies. Gets
Mm-hmm.
gets defeated, but
Right.
he's still causing some disruption. Is
Okay.
a version of a variant of him, per se.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, I'm looking forward to that. And I'll have to definitely, yeah, if you could post that link or
Yeah, I'll
however you
post
said
it
about
in
that,
our
that's
group.
good.
It's in our
Yeah.
group me page, but I'll
Okay.
make sure I post it and I'll post it on Instagram for everybody else as well. But
Okay.
I just wanted to do a side note real quick. I just thought about it because Loki it's I guess there's so much stuff from Loki that's about to influence a lot of the rest of the Marvel universe, which is pretty cool.
That's crazy. That's making me look at the series in a different way because
Right,
it's about to be so impactful
right. It's
to
more,
the
I
rest.
think, pretty much more impactful than WandaVision and Falcon.
Hmm.
I mean, they got
Right.
some stuff too, but
Not as big as
not on this
this.
grand level.
Yeah. This is a ripple effect. This is the darkest timeline
It,
that Sophie has started.
exactly.
Hmm.
So, okay.
Well, I
So
can.
we'll start with the Purge.
Hmm.
Seen it? Take
Yep.
us away.
So with this one, I'm going to get into a synopsis of it. Are you going to see it? Do you want to see it?
I'm not pressed about it. I know
Okay.
Janine wants to see it, so you don't worry about spoiling. Spoiler
Okay.
alert. But
Yeah,
if
because
you want to
I'm
give
going
a
to
backstory
spoil
at
it.
all on if you want to do like a backstory of the Purge or like just like you said, synopsis of what the Purge is for people that
Yeah.
don't know.
So even with the first Purge, it was half a home invasion and half a horror movie. And the thing is I saw an interview with the guy who created the Purge. His name is James. His name. James DeMarco.
Okay.
And with the first one, he just wanted to do a quick movie. It was about $1 million. And as he was writing it, you know, he knew the audience would be upset because the streets are running rampant. That's what you hear on the news.
Okay.
And he said, well, you know, if this movie makes enough money, you know, the sequel will be in New York, out on the streets, everything in disarray and havoc and the purge happening. And the thing is they ended up getting a sequel. Because when that came out, his agent told him, you know, let's just make like $10 or $11 million. We had $1 million to do it. We make this, we'll be good.
Oh, so it wasn't a lot of money in the first one.
No, one location. They had Ethan Hawke. They had Cersei Lannister, their 2 kids, the people who were on the outside trying to get in, and the black actor. So they didn't even have a lot of actors. It was one set. Then you had like the neighbors that came in at the end. And it made $38 million.
Jeez.
And the only reason that, you know, it was being pushed because Blumhouse, Jason Blum, he was really pushing for this movie to be released. And I actually have, let me see if I can pull it up. When he was writing these, so I can go into like how he envisioned the movie to be, and also racial inequality. So give me 1 second. Let me share that. And this is an interview that he did on Collider.
Okay. And this the director?
I think
Yep.
I didn't have a vision. I'm not going to lie. I really thought it was originally conceived as, I really thought it would be this tiny little indie. I'd shoot for $1 million. It would show at the Angelica in New York. And just this tiny indie that didn't really have much commercial value at all. I thought it was, as people were pissed about the script, they just thought it was incredibly dark and demented and twisted and anti-American and all this stuff. So I didn't have much beyond that. I'm like, oh, I'll do this one. It'll be a one-off, and I'll move on, hopefully, to something else if I'm lucky enough to make a film. And then Jason saw a bigger potential than I saw.
And that's when, you know, he was just like, so let's try to get into all these movies. And right here, he's talking about inequality, because there are themes, there are political themes and racial themes that are in his movies. And it doesn't really show in the first one. It just shows that rich people can protect themselves against the purge. But it goes into, I think the first purge was when they were showing how, well, with the first purge, it was more so the government was giving money in inner city to like kill each other or something like that. Really? They were giving people money or to be victims.
Okay.
So that the families, so let's say I volunteer as tribute to be killed, my family will get like $300,000 or something like that. So that was from the first Purge movie, and it was in the inner city. They had a lot of black actors in that one. And so
find it out towards the end of the movie. That's what they were really
that's at the beginning. Okay. That these people are offered money. And since they are in a dire situation, they need money, they take it and they're offering themselves up. And he talks about that racial themes and inequality. So let me pull that up.
Yeah, so at that point I started saying, okay, let me start thinking of the bigger themes here that I'm dealing with. Racial discord, racial inequality, horror, obviously horror and action, and how do we open this up? And I went back to all the movies I loved as a kid, Escape from New York, The Warriors, great influences on me, so I'm thinking, getting into those, when I think of the greatest B movies ever made, all that inspired me to make the rest of the series at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he directed 3 of the movies. Someone else directed, I think, one of the movies, but in this last one, it had that Mexican theme. He has a Mexican American directing it, and that gentleman's name is Everardo Gout.
Okay.
And he was even telling him, James DeMarco, like, Mexican people don't talk like that. So it helped him a lot with with everything movie, helping him out with the script as well. So that was really good. Yeah. So
he opens up to getting advice from actual people that
right.
been there or the people he's trying to put in these movies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So this one, The Forever Purge, stars Josh Lucas, Ana de la Grera, and Tenoch Huerta.
Okay.
So that's who it stars, and it's real funny because it ends up being a take on, the whole political, the whole situation as far as building the wall, increasing border protection and immigrants. And so in this movie, you have the new founding fathers of America. They've reinstated the purge. And so what we have are the ever after purgers, and they're going after immigrants. That's how it is in this movie. And so how the movie even starts is, so you meet the Tuckers, this folks that own this ranch, have a lot of money, and you meet some Mexican guys who work on the ranch, Juan and Titi, I guess they're called ranch hands. So you meet them at the beginning. They've also established that I think Juan and Adela, they're the couple, they have some sort of a way to get across the border. There's something underground to help them get across the border. When they try to sneak people in the U.S., they use coyote, something like that.
Right.
Like, let me see. Stuff is here. Hey, welcome.
Movie pop-ups in the building.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay.
We already said we're going to deduct money out of your paycheck this week.
You always trying to take money from me.
So I was just getting into the movie, The Forever Purge. I went to the background of the other movies and was just going to start on the premise for this one.
Yeah, we're working. She gave us a little backstory on the director in the first one, and
so it's a different director.
Yes, the guy who wrote it, James DeMarco, he directed a few of them, but now is a Mexican American who directed this one.
Okay.
Hey, Diva.
We're talking about The Purge forever. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alerts.
And so, okay, so we meet the ranch hands, and we have the Mexican element of this. And so it's interesting how they tie in, because after the purge happens, that night, everybody thinks it's all good the next day until the ranch gets attacked. And then that's when they learn that it's the forever purge. And so they like purge forever. And so the killings and stuff that happened the previous night, they're continuing the next day.
So is it the forever purge? Did they just make that up, something that they want to do? Or was it official, or was it something that they was trying to incite?
Oh, so you didn't see it? You didn't see it? Oh, okay. So
I'm not sure if Stephanie plans on seeing it.
Oh, got it. So no, they're actually called.
I honestly probably could. I probably could watch it. I probably could.
They're called the Ever After Purgers. That's what they refer to themselves as. And basically, they're white supremacists. And they're targeting Mexican immigrants. In this movie, they're targeting Mexican immigrants. They're targeting immigrants, people who don't belong in this country. They are taking the forever purge as their way to purge the country. since the wall isn't working and stuff like that. It's hella political.
They're backed by Trump.
Yeah, that sounds political.
I'm not saying nothing, but I'm going to say some forever purgers that we meet in this. Elijah calls the Mexicans bad hombres and also calls his wife mother. I'm just going to put that out there. That sounds like, not saying that's anybody, but I do know that Pence used to call his wife mother, and our former 45 called them bad hombres. So just saying that was in the movie. And so when I saw that in the movie, I was like, noted. But in all, I did not expect to enjoy this movie. I just watched it. I mean, because I have the movie pass, so I'm just like, let me just go see movies. And I enjoyed it.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I was surprised. I like Josh Lucas in the movie. I mean, they did have, at the beginning, Josh Lucas's character, Dylan, he comes off as a racist. Yeah, he definitely comes off as a racist because his wife is pregnant and he's telling her that he doesn't want to hire the woman that she wants because she's Mexican and he doesn't want his child to grow up learning Spanish. That's what he says. But the thing is, throughout the movie, there is a character building moment where Juan, one of the ranch guys, and they've like made it off the ranch and they're trying to get to either they can go to Canada or Mexico, and they're going to shoot to go to Mexico. And there's this moment where Juan and Dylan talk, and Dylan, Josh Lucas's character, said he doesn't hate Mexican, but he believes people should stay within their own races and leave each other alone. But the thing is, at this point, So at this point, they're fighting together. And so how they build their relationship was them fighting these forever purgers in their journey to get to Mexico. So I guess as far as rating it, I would give it a 6.5.
Well, why is Lucas Dylan helping the Mexican guy if he don't like him?
Well, the thing is, it's like they were okay. So the following day after the purge and the Tucker family gets attacked, Juan and his friend Titi, they're going to work on the ranch. And the forever purgers, they were there. They let go of all their livestock, just like opened all the gates. And they killed the father, played by William Patton. They played him. And the thing is, he was already established early in the movie to be for the Mexicans and for equal rights. He even gave Juan like some bonus money, saying this is for your purge protection, something that could help him. And that following day, when they come back, they had another ranchman, a white guy, who was part of this forever purge, that went to them and was jealous and saying, y'all have all this money, y'all are privileged. And he's like, I want your money. So that's what he did. And then Caleb, the older guy, was just like, you do know this was started by rich white men, right? And you're following along right with them. You're being such a hypocrite. And that's when the white ranchman killed him. But Juan and Titi, they killed all of those forever purgers. Like, they wiped them out. And so they had this, I guess, allegiance to each other at that point to leave that house, because they're like, we got to get out of here. We don't know who's going to come next to attack us. And so that's why I'm thinking that, well, that is why Dylan and his family, the Tucker family, is his pregnant wife and also his sister. So now it was 4, now it's 3. And then you have Juan and Titi. So they're together. Juan wants to go find his wife. That's Adela. So they're like, we got to get out of here. Something's going on. What's that?
Oh, nothing. I was just putting something on.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to fast forward. I'm sorry.
So
I thought you wanted us to point. You were
No,
pointing at us to look at it. Okay.
What's that at the bottom right corner of Prodigy's screen?
It might be his laptop, his computer.
I
that's
really
my
thought it was
monitor.
2 people standing right there and then
This?
a doorway. Yeah.
That's the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
And those are 2 bottles of water.
Yeah.
Why did I thought it was 2 people standing there and waiting to go down the hallway?
I don't know.
See what my mind is. I'm so exhausted. I'm sorry.
So was I guess for Stephanie, so that or seeing it, so that movie pop up, was the killings like just basic Rambo style killings, I guess, or was it some horror type?
Well, that's what it looked like from the commercials. It's nothing demonic and stuff like that.
Mm-mm. It was shooting.
Well, nothing demonic, but I don't know. They just killing people. It's just random.
They really are.
Random shoot to the head, a random stab to the head or body, and call it a day.
No, that's what it
we
is.
See some bloods and some brains being splattered and stuff like that.
Yeah, you see a lot of arrows and you see a lot of killing, mostly guns.
So it wasn't that bad then.
No, it wasn't too gruesome. I'll tell you this: Fear Street was a lot more gruesome with their murders. I tell you what.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So does this Fear Street? No, I'm sorry. Does this Purge fall in line with the other Purges, or is it just like another? Because you said it's a different director. So is it like? Mm-hmm. I understand is it canon? Let me just say that.
No, it's not, because they went all over the place with the other Purges, because that was supposed to be in the future. Then I think Purge election year. What's election year? Something takes place in like 2033. So
it's like futuristic stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know where this one falls in line with the other ones. And then as someone who has not watched the TV show, I don't know.
There's a TV show?
Yeah. I think it only got 1 season, but it was a Purge. Yeah. Then the guy who wrote it, James DeMonico, he had his hand in the TV show as well. In his interview, he talked about how it was just 1 season and he wanted it to continue, but for whatever reason it didn't. Because as he was writing these, he had so many ideas. So there's going to be another one. As of
another Purge movie?
Yeah, he said in his interview as of 4 months ago. This was supposed to have been it. But as of 4 months ago, he had some more ideas. And so there's probably going to be another one. I don't know where else they can take this.
What did you rank this one compared to all the other movies?
To all the other Purges? Let me see. I can say that I like this more than, was it Purge Anarchy? I think Purge Anarchy. No, Election Year. I like it more than Election Year.
You like this more than Election Year?
Yeah, Election Year was it came out in 2016. It was very anti-45, which, whatever.
Oh, so this was supposed to be pro-45?
Oh, no. Oh, none of these are pro any of those things.
No, because these are like white supremacists. So that's why I was like.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're pro.
So that's what I'm saying.
Pro cleansing our heritage. They're the ones who fight for the Confederate statues to remain. That's who these folks are in the Forever Purge. So
you give it a 6.5.
Mm-hmm, yeah, not anything higher. I mean, it wasn't bad. Had a cool story, Not a lot of character development. What I told you was like the arc for Josh Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, he said gracias, so maybe he's coming around because he didn't want his child to learn Spanish or whatever.
And now he's saying.
And he had his wife had the baby in Mexico, Juan and Adela Camo, and he's like gracias.
So his baby's a Mexican now.
Whoa. Yes, his baby is a Mexican. Look at that. Thank you for pointing that out. Yep. Mm-hmm. So it's like, take that. Yeah.
So quick question about the TV show. So with the TV show, what was the premise of the TV show? Was it like one whole season was supposed to be one night of the purge, like different things that they was going through, or was it supposed to be like each episode was a different year? Like what was the purpose of it?
I do not know.
Oh, so you didn't watch the show?
I did not watch the show. It was actually 2 seasons, and it was on the USA Network.
Oh, so it wasn't. It wouldn't have been that gruesome.
I don't. Well, they've been okay with showing a lot of stuff on television, and that is cable, so it could have been involved.
Well, yeah, you're right. I feel like TBS is more family. Well, USA would be more. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so it looks like the TV show just tied into the films of the government, and it shows how unconnected characters experience the night. Okay, so it's going through how different people experience. Like you have a Marine, and you have an executive who uses the purge as an opportunity for revenge. Okay, so I get it. So you're seeing this from various viewpoints and not just the folks who have been in the movie.
So it's probably like a whole season worth of one night. Like, you know, like 24.
Yeah, and
those went out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that could be an interesting premise. You see how, I mean, I'd be interested. I mean, instead of all these killings, because that's all we've seen, is anyone robbing a bank? Is anyone taking the money that they got from the bank to open up a business or something like that? All you see are people just killing. And I honestly don't think if we had a real purge, people would be killing that many people. I think people would be robbing banks and trying to get that money. I think people would be trying to secure the bag.
Right.
I really do. Going to Best Buy.
They'll be going to get a Birkin bag. They would be plotting to get a Birkin bag.
Where's the looting? I have not in these movies.
Was there looting in the first movie?
The first one with Ethan Hawke. That was just the home invasion thing. But the thing is, I see that the stores. Okay, so one thing is when the purge goes down, people are like trying to lock down their stuff. So there'll probably be gates. There would be obstacles, but you just have your tools in place to get into these stores.
So I wonder, do they take like, because the purge supposed to be happening like one night every year, right? So I wonder if they be going around like the whole year, be like, what am I gonna do? All right, I'm going
like making your list. Like
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, because I really don't think it would be that much killing. I don't know, but who knows? So that was the Forever Purge. Thank the Collider for the interview.
In real life, what would you do? Like, would you stay in the house or would you be going out?
I would stay in the house and staying safe. Get in trouble.
I want to, for things like this, I want a panic room.
This would be the perfect situation to have a panic room.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
panic room.
I would have a panic room as well.
Yeah, because it's like for one night, right? It's like from sundown to sun up, right? Like let's say 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yep. And when you hear the brrr, then you know it's all good. You're safe. And so that was the trippy part, because everyone who went to the purge, I mean, they thought that they were safe. They heard the horns. And so when people were getting attacked, they were like, what's going on? Why are you attacking me? And then the National Guard was called in, and the Forever Purge people were trashing the military bases because they just have this uprising. So, yeah.
What y'all mean? What reminder? We posted on IG that it was 8:00. What reminder?
But in their defense, so Prodigy was the one who posted the thing today, not me, and I usually tag them in the post.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she was special
I
treatment.
was a little tied up today, so he posted it for me.
Well, excuse me. I'm sorry that J Flix and Diva 929 didn't get their tags. I apologize.
Well, now you know next time to tag them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't tell you, but yeah. So yeah, I really want me a panic room for real. I really did. I want a panic. I want a bunker. I want to get me a nice house. I want a bunker for situations like this. So for when a tornado. You ever seen Twister? You remember how Twister, like they used to go down in the bunker, or for the nuclear explosion? Because I'm right here near DC, and I got a feeling that
Oh gosh, don't call on it.
I don't call on. I just
a Cloverfield. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I got a mini fridge that I can stick Savannah in.
What the heck? Fridges don't work. This is not Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
It doesn't work for real?
No.
We mean it don't work. I'm gonna stick her right in the mini fridge. Throw in a couple bottles of water and some Lunchables, and tell her that
Where did y'all learn this? You just wait a minute, DJ
Indiana Jones.
It worked for old Indy.
It did not work for that. But that's why I'm like, please don't believe Indiana Jones. He pulled out everything out of that fridge and got in there.
And that's what I was going to do.
The fridge was what? It was like thrown what? 1,000 feet.
That was old school fridge. That was old school fridge. This is called.
It was thrown 1,000 feet.
This is a new fridge. We're going to do it.
No. You will suffocate. Oh my gosh.
It's only for a brief moment.
Exactly.
Do you have the
it's better than laying down in the bathtub like they tell you in school. Lay down in the bathtub when the storm comes.
That's for a hurricane and tornado. And
really?
stuff.
Really? Laying in the bathtub, Stephanie's going to save you from the hurricane?
I mean, I wasn't questioning. That's what we told me to do as a kid.
I know. That's what they
think about it. But real talk for nuclear. I really thought that, hey, I can run and get in for take everything out real fast and stuff me and RJ in
J Flicks, that's a problem I'll figure it out later.
But the thing is, that's what I'm about to say. You going
from the inside.
You fitting to die from suffocation. Just let the explosion take you.
So they told Diva the same thing. Ain't nobody.
Oh yes, put a mattress over. Yep, that's right. We were supposed. I won't be able to get a mattress in the bathroom in the tub.
You'll be real quick. I bet you'll be real quick. If it's your life, you'll be real quick. You will find a way to get the mattress in the bathtub. You will probably fold that mattress, get it through the door. It would fling everything off your shelves. It doesn't matter.
We ain't gonna be in Kansas no more. I'm gonna be with Dorothy.
Everything gonna. Deodorant flying everywhere, glasses breaking, doesn't matter because you got that mattress in there. You will go hell and high water to get that mattress in that bathroom.
I'll be fine in the airtight fridge.
Okay. Hope you can breathe. Okay.
All right. So that was the Purge. Before we get into Hitman's Wife, that movie pop-up have seen, I wanted to run down real quick this week's full list of box office results. We probably do this every week, just to talk about what movies came out real quick. And so the number one movie of this weekend was Old, surprisingly, at 16.5 million, followed by Big Guys at 13.35 million. Black Widow was 11.6, and so far it's done 154 million. Space Jam is number 4 at 9.56 million, and so far it's only done 51 million. And then the closeout was F9. Number 5 was F9 at 1.63 million. This week only did 4. Escape Room is in the top 10.
Okay.
And only did 3.4 million though.
Oh, that's not a lot at all.
Your Forever Purge is towards the bottom. Only did 2.3 this week, but it's done 40 million so far.
Oh wow. Okay.
And A Quiet Place 2, surprisingly, has done 157 so far.
Yeah.
Since it's been out. And that's out of all these movies is the number 3. Number 2, actually, is so far it's done better than Black Widow, but it's been out a little bit longer too.
Yeah, it has been.
F9 is still the number 1 movie of the summer.
So with these opening weekends, I guess they're post-COVID. These movie ratings are not that good compared to what has been, pre-COVID. So is there a new standard now? Do you know?
I don't know about that.
What do you mean? They're not good.
Well, before am I saying it right? before COVID, it was if your movie didn't make close to $100,000, $100 million, then it wasn't a good opening. But
well, it depends. I feel like it really depends on your budget because you want to make back your budget in advertising. And I don't know, but the thing is, I don't know how they factor in all this streaming. Like, how do they factor that into their?
I'm sure they do, but we just don't know how they do it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure they
no,
do.
but what I'm saying is, let's think about. So Fast 8. Let me look at Fast 8. Fast 8.
You mean Fast 9?
No, Fast 8.
You want to see like how much so whether or not it's a box office success it depends on how much it makes. How much does it net?
How much it makes, but it's all deprived around opening weekend, not in general. It's all about opening weekend.
Yeah,
so
as long as they
was a success.
As long as they make back their budget and marketing, that's considered a financial success.
Right. So I'm gonna try to see domestic opening was 98 million.
Okay.
How much was the opening for Fast 9 this time, Prodigy?
I gotta look it up. Hold up.
Because so that's what I'm saying. Is there a new standard? Everybody's not going to the movie theaters like that we've been going before. Last year, before COVID, everything. So I hear a movie that's only that's not even making $20 million on opening weekend with old standards wouldn't. It wouldn't be that good.
It would be seen as a box office failure. Yeah,
exactly. But now with movies beginning to open back up,
I think so because they have to have new considerations, like what is opening strictly in the theater. Like Quiet Place 2 was strictly in the theater. It's now available streaming if you wanted to buy it. But what opened just in the theater? Like with Space Jam, that was HBO and in the theater.
Okay, so Fast 9 did 30 million his first day.
Day?
Yep, it went on to debut to 70 million, the highest grossing weekend since Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, which was 72.4 December 2019. So this is after COVID, of course.
It is after COVID.
Yeah, I think that's good. Black Widow did
the
more
second
than
weekend.
that.
They said it did fall 67%.
Black Widow
it still remained on top because the Boss Baby and Forever Purge couldn't keep up with it.
Right. But
it had no competition.
Black Widow made 80 million.
Yeah, it did. It did better than Fast 9. Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to remember too, though, when Fast 9 came out, a lot of restrictions were still going on in some states. Some states lifted it like a week, like that week of or that week after.
Right.
I remember the weekend I saw Black Widow. It was packed everywhere we went.
So Snake Eyes ain't doing that well then. Snake Eyes.
No, and neither is Space Jam. Space Jam has dropped.
I ain't think Space Jam would do too much.
But then it's also available on HBO. So if you have HBO, you can see it.
But Quiet Place 2 did good, and it came out before all these. And
Quiet Place 2 didn't have a streaming anywhere. Quiet Place 2 was only in the movies.
Right.
True.
Yeah. I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. So Snake Eyes got 13 million.
That's not a lot at all.
Yeah. Its budget was... I don't see what the budget is. It doesn't show what the budget is.
Probably a lot. And they had like all those stunt people. They had a lot of people to pay. I imagine that movie cost a lot to make.
Well, Snake Eyes, I wasn't surprised, but I knew it felt like a popcorn movie. I do want to see it. I'm probably gonna go see it tomorrow, but I'm just not surprised.
Well, let me know. I'll probably go see it with you tomorrow too.
All right. I just wasn't surprised it didn't do the number. I'm not surprised. It just didn't. And it was supposed to come out in October. They pushed it up.
Why? Did you know why?
Because they were hoping that it would get more draw because everybody's
summer
movies. But it didn't work as I just read too. It didn't work. They pushed it up for a reason.
So you said it would have been in October?
Yes, but my thing is too, and I talked to people like you got the Shanghai movie coming out. You already got action figures for it. A lot of people are confused about both movies not being stereotypical.
Wow.
I'm just keeping it
Why they
real.
confused?
Because it's kind of almost the same premise. You see a action,
I
a
see you seeing it.
superhero action movie like that's coming out, but
Why
it's
would
not.
you be
You got
confused?
GI Joe and you got Marvel.
Why are
And
you
Marvel
asking me
probably
these
got the
questions?
whatchamacallit because I mean they
Why would you be
Shanghai
confused?
probably have the action figure because it has the Marvel backing.
Yes,
Why
it
would
has a
you be?
Marvel backing. You know, it's a Marvel. Being Marvel is gonna do it good just because it's the Marvel title. So it's definitely going. It might not do Black Widow numbers, but it's gonna do better than Snake Eyes. And seeing it, I said what I said.
Why
Okay?
would you be confused
Well, my daughter was
Confused about
confused.
what?
My
by the
daughter was
movies?
confused. My
By
daughter was confused.
Shanghai and GI Joe.
My daughter was
Guys.
confused.
Your
Well, you
daughter
gotta
was
think about it like
confused.
this: people who are not into movies and following it, they probably don't
Right. She
know.
saw the toy
Mhm.
Shanghai in the store and thought it was Snake Eyes.
Yeah,
Huh.
I mean, one, they kind of almost look alike, don't they?
See,
Do
I
they?
didn't say it.
Black with
I
Is that
didn't
what
say
we're
it.
doing? Is that what
I
we're
didn't
doing?
say it. I didn't say it.
No, I don't mean like I'm talking about with their costume. They
I
run
didn't
around
say
with a black mask on their face.
The
So,
the
Lord, I mean,
the
you got people
words
that took their
from
kids
movie
to
pop
see
up do not
Deadpool because it
represent
was a superhero
SSDC
movie. So
podcast.
you can't be too much.
The words from movie pop up do not represent SSDC podcast.
They run around with a black mask on their face. How is that racist? I really don't get that.
He don't have his mask on the whole time.
But still, though, I'm talking about running around with a costume, not because they're Asian. You took it there, not me.
I didn't take it nowhere. Seen it, asked the question. I just left it alone.
I just wanted to know why people confused. That's it.
So let me see. Let me see
Well,
something.
when
Right
does Shanghai come out? That's soon, right?
That comes out September 3rd.
Okay.
So
I
within
guess
the next month.
they wanted to push this movie out earlier. They trying to
and
get
it's
the whole
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
So-
They trying to get the summer. They wanted the summer money, and they probably also thought too. What we're thinking, if we come out before Shang-Chi, we'll do. We might do better.
That's not fair to make that comparison if they did that because that's a Marvel movie versus a not so good franchise. And I'm only basing this off of the second G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah, I know it was terrible.
I don't even remember.
This is supposed to be a reboot, though. This is supposed to be a reboot.
Well, I don't know. And I think, I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but they might have competition for October movies that are coming out. And maybe, I'm totally guessing, maybe they couldn't handle that competition. And so they're like, well, let's move it up.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
what James says is true. And I also think, like what I read too, that they definitely was pushing to get summer blockbuster, quote unquote, movie. And it didn't hit the bill because if it only did 14 million this week, it ain't gonna do 14 million next week.
Right. And it hasn't gotten the best reviews, so I don't know if they'll make more is what I mean. So
and like I said, I still want to see it, but
yeah, I'm still gonna see it. We can make our own judgments and ratings on the movie, but I don't know.
All right, I take back what I said. I was wrong. They don't look nothing like Shang-Chi is running around with a red suit on with no mask. Snake
they
eyes
said
all
because
black.
it missed the mark is not a good sign for the franchise, which is
Well, let's see. Well, okay. Well,
I mean, we can say we liked it, but if you're looking at it from their view, you're about to boot a whole franchise and your first movie bombs, and then the movie you did earlier bombed. The one second G.I. Joe. That's not a good sign to your franchise.
That's what happened with Tom Cruise in that Mummy movie. That Mummy movie didn't do well, and that was supposed to set up the franchise of like Frankenstein, Werewolf, and all that other stuff. But the Mummy movie didn't do well, so that killed that franchise. So I don't know if this will continue. I mean, and the thing is they have active credit scenes. That means they were hoping for something. So we'll see.
That Mummy sucked.
So Robert Skulwinski directed Snake Eyes.
Okay.
And his past movies, he's done The Captain, don't know what it is. Allegiant.
Allegiant.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Divergent series. He did.
So he did the Divergent series, and you know the Divergent series was supposed to have been 4 movies. It ended up being 3 because the third one didn't do so well, so they didn't even finish the book. They didn't even
know if
finish.
they're gonna do a part 2 now, James.
No, I think they did. I thought they did. Finish it.
They didn't finish it. The third one was the last one, and it was supposed to have been 4. So they left us hanging. I don't care, but yeah.
Okay.
I thought they finished it.
Did not.
Side note, where's seen it? I'm gonna see movie pop up, and I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna take Savannah to see it just to get out the house. So we'll check this snaky thing out. And J Flix, if you want to comment on it next week with us as well, since you've seen it, we can add that to the list next week.
I would like to see Escape Room. I
J
didn't see
Flix
it.
said there's no it is a post credit scene. So
yeah, they're gonna try to put it up for a part 2.
I did not see Escape Room. I don't.
Yeah, I do want to see that.
We can look into that by next week. Like I said, I did read Old, but I won't spoil it for nobody. I know James saw it too.
I'll see Old. I'll see it.
I read Old, so I know what's going on. And what James said in the chat is the same, I feel, as far as Old.
I have so many questions. Like, why is that chick pregnant?